Marjorie Garrett was a loving mother and hardworking woman who spent years lending her skills in the retail business. She was very active and loved to play with her grandchildren and keep herself busy with numerous activities.
Marjorie Garrett works for me, and she's also a good friend. I've known her for probably 45 years, long time.
Marjorie was spending the majority of her time taking care of her son, who unfortunately suffered from a traumatic brain injury and required around-the-clock care, when on October 5, 2022, she was suddenly struck by the drive shaft of a Penske truck.
Everything went off in my car, scared me to death. I've never had anything like that happen.
Her car was completely demolished. I mean, she's lucky to be alive.
On that night, she was driving eastbound on Interstate 44 when Kevin Sandifer, the driver of the Penske truck who had rented it from the Penske Corporation on September 28, 2022, lost his drive shaft and caused Marjorie to ram into it, forcing her to swerve to the edge of a nearby ditch.
The people that hit her had this thing go right through her car, and I'm surprised it didn't ram right into her because it missed her just like by inches.
Kevin Sandifer and the Penske Truck Leasing Corporation failed to properly care for and check the truck's parts and ensure that it was safe to take on the road.
The Penske truck was taken in for repairs after the incident, where it was revealed that the drive shaft fell due to a lack of lube.
They were negligent and reckless, and Marjorie, an innocent bystander, is suffering the consequences.
She's a safe driver and, has nothing to do with her ability to drive a car. It's just that it was a horrible accident that she should have never been in, period.
It has been over a year and a half since the incident, and Marjorie is still feeling the effects of that tragic day. She suffers from various cervical pain, traumatic severe right 7 radiculopathy, numbness and weakness in her elbow, lumbar spine sprain, and left lumbosacral radiculopathy, a variety of acute intractable migraines, cognitive problems, insomnia, fatigue, irritability, and anxiety. Due to these extensive injuries, she can no longer live her day-to-day life with ease.
She can do circles around me, but considering this accident, it's put her back quite far because she can't do the things she used to be able to do. And as far as I know, I mean, she's never had anything wrong with her until this accident. And now she complains all the time, and now not everything hurts all the time. And so she just doesn't have the capability to do what she wants to do like she used to do.
On December 2, 2022, she received an occipital nerve block injection, and at the end of the same month, she received a cervical epidural steroid injection. Unfortunately, this was not enough, and she was recommended for surgery, which caused her mental and emotional distress to consider. On April 25, 2023, she made the difficult decision to go under for surgery, which for a 70-year-old can come with many complications, including cognitive problems, blood loss, and even death. Her procedures included anterior discectomy and anterior allograft arthrodesis of her C4, C5, C6, and C7, with decompression of her spinal canal and bilateral nerve roots, anterior cervical instrumentation with cervical plating of her C4 through C7, morcellation allograft of her bone, and the harvesting and preparation of bone through incision.
Dr. Tibbs, the surgeon who performed on Marjorie, released her from his care on January 8, 2024. Although the surgery was successful, she still has symptoms that she must deal with on a daily basis, including, but not limited to, numbness, tingling, headaches, and decreased range of motion. She is still treating with Dr. Pittman, her neurologist, and Dr. Porter, her pain management doctor, to this day.
Currently, Marjorie takes doses of ibuprofen, tizanidine, and gabapentin for her pain. These medications are not without risks and side effects, including high temperature, swollen glands, inflammation of the pancreas, kidney failure, hallucinations, vomiting, or even death. Because of her injuries, she is unable to take care of her son, who, due to his brain injury, requires constant care and rehabilitation. He is now in the care of medical professionals, which has put a financial strain on Marjorie, who is also unable to perform her own job.
Now she's having to deal with her ex-husband and always have to have him help, and because she can't do it all. She used to do it all the time, all by herself. And now she can't do it all. So she has help that comes and takes care of him. But she's always like buying food for him and taking to his house and getting the groceries and, you know, whatever he needs to get done. She always there to help him do everything. But it's just too much for her. She can't do it all. I see it in her.
Marjorie was a very hard worker and loved her job where she got to work with a close friend. She loved spending time with her son and helping him in his recovery process.
I want him to heal and be back where he was.
You know, she just is a good sounding board when we're undoing all the clothes and we're talking about, you know, strategies on how to work things. And she knows a lot about the business. And she knows a lot about the people in town. So do I. So we have good strategies with people, and she's very understanding about how to run my business. I mean, she gets it because she's been in the business a long, long time.
Due to the life-changing events of October 5th, 2022, and the mistakes that Kevin Sandifer and the Penske Truck Leasing Corporation made, Marjorie is forced to suffer with her numerous injuries and is helpless to take care of her son.
Well, I want her to be able to maintain her life, which I don't think she's been able to do lately at all.
She tries hard to remain positive, but is struggling under the weight of emotional, physical, and financial strain.
I really want to be there for my son. He needs me. I've tended to everything for him for the last 9 years that we've been through all this. I need to be with him. He needs me. And this has made it so difficult